Yeah, good morning. That's right. I mean, I think we all are concerned about the climate. If you look at Edelman's research, over 70% of people across countries are concerned or fearful about climate change, and we all want to find ways of making everyday choices better. So that's what we're trying to do today. We're aiming to help 1 billion people make better choices, whether that's looking at search, giving you authoritative information from the UN on the causes, consequences, or actions that you can take around climate. But as you say, things like on maps, we're going to offer you by default a carbon-friendly route where the duration is close to the other route, or if there's a wider choice of duration, a carbon-friendly route is a bit longer, we'll give you that choice too. Just on maps, we estimate that we could help to save 1 million tons of CO2 a year. That's equivalent to taking 200,000 cars off the street. So these small choices really add up. The same with flights. We're going to show you emissions based on the airplane and the route and the cabin you're looking at, or hotels. We're going to show you more eco-friendly practice hotels. All of these things helping us to make sustainable choices easier choices.
Matt, we can talk about other products in a while, but since you started on maps as well, look, I'm a user of the product. I like the product, so thank you very much indeed for that. But I would always try to get from A to B as quickly as possible, especially living in London and the southeast as well. Is the eco route really something that's going to excite people when all they want to do in congested areas is just get back as quickly as possible?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, don't forget that Maps already does some really smart things, and you've probably got used to it already. But, we're often sending you by a route that avoids traffic because we're looking at the data on how movement's going, what traffic flows are, and making predictive modeling. So really what we're doing with this, adding a layer around the carbon impact of routing as well, is just adding more sophistication to the routing that we can give you. So Maps is already helping people stay out of traffic jams and get to places in a more environmentally friendly way. This just gives you further choice. And of course, sometimes you're going to be in a rush, but sometimes actually you might want to be thoughtful and say, actually, this route is only 2 minutes slower. I'm going to take that route. And we're building in data like, the inclines and the likely traffic congestion to get you there. So I think all of this is about just helping us all be better informed and having that little nudge at the corner of the screen, maybe to say, oh, I could take this option.
Matt, the cynic of me says that this is a manoeuvre too, just trying to hit that S in the ESG for investors at this point, because there's been a huge amount of criticism about the social aspect from big technology companies. Does that help you hit the S a little bit firmer?
Well, I mean, Google has been, since its inception, absolutely focused on our carbon impact. I joined the company in 2007, and we became the first major company in that year to be carbon neutral. We're one of the world's biggest purchasers of renewable energy. In 2017, we matched all of our electricity purchases with renewables. In fact, we're running on something like 67% renewables already. And we're trying to move now from carbon neutral, which is about emitting and then compensating, towards carbon free, which is about never emitting in the first place. So huge investments there. We've got billions going into green infrastructure in Europe, creating thousands of green jobs. And just one stat for you, we now have several data centers in Europe, which is where you go to when you do a web search, or where you keep your Gmail, or where you look at your YouTube videos. We have several data centers running 90% of the time on renewables now. So we're aiming to be carbon free by 2030. That last 10% is really hard to go after, but we're really investing to innovate and do that. So I want to get our house in order, but today's announcements are about helping you every day using our products to find sustainable choices and make those choices easier for you too.